Hi, it's time once again to take a look at what I colored for the month of January 2021, and I'll start with the books that I had pledged to complete by the end of the year. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I decided to every month work in some of these books. So I'll start with A Game of Thrones, based on the novels by George R.R. Martin. And first one I did, there we go, this one here. Yeah, let's move this back just a little bit. Okay. Yeah. This one was done with Prismacolor Scholars and Faber-Castell Goldfarber pencils and some metallic pencils, Crayola, and I think Brute Funner. And this one illustrated by Levi Pinfold. A little bit of shadow right there. I don't know what's causing that. Yeah, that's a little better, I think. And I've got a work in progress here. This one, the background was done with Van Gogh metallic watercolors and Lucas studio watercolors mixed with the Van Gogh. And I haven't colored the sword yet. And I wish I could find out where that shadow is coming from. I usually film during the night because there's less distractions, but it was quiet afternoon here. But anyway, this is what I've got done on that so far. So that's Game of Thrones. Next I have one from Bells and Blossoms from Creative Haven, and there is the illustrator. Yeah. This one was done with Magic Fly pencils and metallic gold pencil for the background, and her skin was done with soft pastels and pencil. I did two in Fabulous Fashions of the 1950s, illustrated by Mingju Sun. And this one was done with pencils and markers and soft pastels for the background. I don't remember which pencils I use now, or which markers, because I forgot to write it down. But anywho, I know his jacket was done with the new gray markers I got from Five Below. And this one was done with watercolors and acrylic paint for the background. And this page was primed with satin glazing liquid. Next, I did one in Fabulous Fashions of the 1970s. This one I did using Crayola pencils, including the new Colors of the World skin tones. I wanted to see how they worked, and I like them. I think they're a very good set. They have, you know, a lot of skin tone sets you get have shades in it I would never use or think to use for skin, like indigo blue or sea green, and you know, shades like that. So I really like these. The only thing that wasn't pencil were the flower petals. I think those were marker. And a little bit of gold metallic gel pen too. I did two in Steampunk. This one was done strictly with metallic pencils. And a variety of different brands. And this one I used Cezanne watercolor pencils, Tan Mitt gel pens, Van Gogh watercolors, and Apple Barrel acrylic paint for the background. Next, I did one in Pablo Picasso. This is another book that I'm committed to finishing before the end of the year. And I used watercolor on this one. I believe it was the, I want to say the, did I write it down? No, I didn't. I used watercolor anyway. I think it was the Lucas Studio watercolors. And some acrylic for the water and the sky. And this book was rendered by Christopher Evans. I did one in Bohemian Beauties, illustrated by Dorian Addict, and this is another book I committed to finishing for the year. I don't think I'm going to make it, but yeah. This one was done with Castle Art and Arteza pencils, Apple Barrel paint in this section, and metallic markers here, and a little bit of homemade glitter glue on her forehead. I created the paw prints to add detail to the illustration. Next, I did one in Joanna Basford's World of Flowers. Oh my goodness, what did I do with it? Figures it would be one that I didn't mark. There we go. This one, Wallpaper. I don't know what possessed me to want to color this one, but I was just in a mood. You know how you get in these weird moods? You know, I feel like coloring something like this. But I did. Took several evenings. I color in the evening, and this one took, I'd say maybe 4 evenings. And I used Oh, I used a variety of different pencils on this. And a little bit of gold metallic marker for some of the smaller details. Did one in Art Nouveau Fashions, illustrated by Mingju Sun. And on this one, I used Castle Art pencils, Sharpies, and metallic pencils, the Fruit Funner. Let's see. This is a page from 60 classic paintings to color or something of that effect, illustrated by Marnie Noble. And this is Van Gogh's bedroom. And I used my Van Gogh Castle Art set to color this, just to see how they performed on this paper. Not bad. I like these pencils. I did one in Japanese Kimono Designs by Mingju Sun. This was for a color along on Instagram, hosted by Katie Colors on Instagram, and the hashtag Japanese January Coloring. And I used a different variety of pencils and background pastels and some gold metallic gel pen. I gotta get a drink. Finally, did one in Zen Doodle Coloring Magical Fairies, illustrated by Deborah Muller. And this was a buddy color with Anne Hatfield, your colorful beauty rep. You can also find her on Instagram under Mrs. Hatfield. And her rendition of this was very gothic looking. She used very dark, bold colors, and I did this more in my traditional style of lighter pastel shades. And I used Arteza and Cotman watercolors, Van Gogh metallic watercolors, and some homemade glitter glue. And I prepped the page with satin glazing liquid. See if you can see there. There's the shine from the glitter. Her skin looks a little blotchy, you know, but that's me in watercolors. When you're working on non-watercolor paper, it doesn't look as good as it would on real watercolor paper. But that's all right. She's cute nonetheless. So, those are my monthly colorings for January 2021. Thanks for watching.